Hey everyone, and welcome back to another battle report. This is the round 4 of the Dead of Winter GT, and we have a protect and raise scenario. This was the last round of the GT, but it was all condensed into one day, and there's a major snowstorm coming, so I kind of want to get out of here as quick as possible. I have 1 win, 2 losses. I'm up against a really good player in Jordan and his Twilight kin, and so we go into this game, and I haven't had a clock. I left my clock at home this whole weekend, and he doesn't have a clock, and we didn't have an app, so we just kind of played off clock. But I'm still like, I want to play like fast, so because as soon as my friend Alan, as soon as his game's done, we are on the road, and it's already going to be like 9 o'clock guaranteed by the time we get home with a 4 hour drive. I mean, by the time we leave, 4 hour drive. Anyway, so that's what's going on. That's the pretext of this game. Here is Jordan's list. He has an Impaler Soulbound with the Blade of Slashing. They are a pretty cool unit. Tons of attacks on those dudes for a hero monster. 2 Summoning Crones with weakness on both of them. Yeah, pretty badass when you have weakness. 2 Corsair Fleet Wardens. They do have Phalanx, so they're a little nasty. Little nasty thing for my Dracon to get into. We don't want them going in there. Void walkers, they have ensnares, so it's like another thing. It just you don't want to go into that type of stuff unless you have a lot of attacks to overpower the ensnare. And 2 troops of bound phantoms. Yeah, pretty good. Speed 10. They're great chaff. They can snatch objectives, do all types of cool stuff. Impalers with big shields. They are defense 6 to the front, which is a great unit, and you'll see them kind of like hold down the center of his lines. 2 bound Mind Screech, which are a great addition to any Twilight Kin list or even a Night Stalker list. Got Drain Life 6 and Lightning Bolt so they can do stuff at distance. They also have Wind Blast for late game shenanigans, blowing stuff off of objectives. Gordrake, another great unit. I mean, I'm a really big fan of this Twilight Kin list. I think it has, on paper, you kind of look at it and you're like, yeah, all right. And you see it on the table, you're like, yeah, it has some cool stuff. But when it all comes together, it definitely is a very, very good list. It has a lot of potential for sure. My elves, real quick. Dracon Lord, 2 mages. 1 is on Horse, Lightning Bolt, Alchemist Curse, Sparkskin Blizzard. 3 units of Palace Guard, 2 Hordes, 1 Regiment, 2 Critters, Stormwind Cav with Jesse Boots, 2 Glade Stalkers, and the Dracon Riders with the Helm of Confidence. All right, on my left side, you will see there is. I kind of deployed a little differently this time. We are playing Protect and Raise. You can see where the objective markers are. We will play this game correctly this time. The only thing I want to point out is, and I'm not sure if this is going to be FAQ'd or not, typically in Raise, you can't raise a objective until turn 2. In Protect and Raise, it doesn't have that requirement. I played it like I couldn't do it on the first turn. And that's kind of an important distinction because when you have fast flyers like I do that can probably take a charge, like you can go up there and get your points really fast. So we'll see how that works out. We did play it. We both kind of played it that it was you had to do it on turn 2 because yeah, I mean, and protect is like the ones on my side. I can get victory points for if I hold them. Palace Guard, critters in behind. We got Dracon that are up on their leader points up on the hill. There's my mage on horse, a horde of Palace Guard, my mage on foot with the blizzard. This is woods here. Glade Stalkers in the woods. You'll see them. They'll scout up, of course, just to make sure that they can stand still the first time they shoot. I have my Cav here. And the Stormwind Cav, yeah, they got this kind of like arc going again, this kind of arc there. They do have Jesse boots, so if they have to charge, if there's, I think there's like a wall there. That's kind of far away. But yeah, I mean Jesse boots is a great example. But this is important here, being able to see this direction, so that if anything comes this way, they have a pretty good 18-inch threat range. So you have a lot of good stuff working over there. I do have my Dracon Lord there. And another horde. So I kind of put my hordes on the outskirts this time. They're kind of stuck on a wall here, so they can't just like run up 12. But they get over. They can protect this pretty well. They can threaten here. I feel like maybe this flank was. If I commit this direction, then this flank is pretty weak, right? You only have critters, and he outdrops me, so you'll see how that works out here. So on his side, let me make sure I get these correct. Let's see. I think these are the phalanx dudes. So these are the Fleet Wardens. Yeah, Fleet Wardens here, and then the Void Walkers here. So Void Walker, Fleet Warden. This guy, I believe, is the Soul Bane. I think that's the Soul Bane. Here is one of his crones. Here is the Phantoms. I have to keep looking to the left because I'm not gonna remember these guys. So another Void Walker there. I don't play against this style of Twilight kin too often. Yeah, so let's clear that out. And so then his big shield guys, the um, Impalers. Here, he has another crone. Then this is the Phalanx unit. Yep, and Impalers. And then this guy, I think this is, yeah, this is his Mind Screech, Mind Screech, Mind Screech. All right. And then that's anchored down to center, pretty strong center. And then on this flank, yeah, he has the Gordrake. Gordrake is wow, Gordrake is really good unit. I like that. I like that a lot. And then the other unit of Phantoms. So his deployment, I love it the way he deployed because he can hold down this objective with like Phantoms or threaten anything that comes kind of this way with the Gordrake. This one's always possible to protect also depending on how he goes. I mean, this building is kind of annoying in the where it is because like for me to get around to pop that one, there's a lot of intricate play here, and I really like the way this one played out. So, yep, just a shot on his side, and he does get first turn, so he moves up like such on this right side, my right side, his left. On this side, he's just refiguring his lines, keeping everything out of. I think these guys are actually within 18, but it's like they'll be going in solo. They probably can't take a Phalanx unit in one go. They probably can't take an ensnaring unit in one go. They probably have a better chance at the ensnaring unit since they'll be able to keep their thunder and are both defense 4. So yeah, it's not. I'm not jumping on that. I mean, there's so much counterplay here, but he does have a decent chaff unit that outranges me, and also that Soulbane is a pretty nasty little boy. He does have 9 attacks, Elite Crush 2, Wild Charge D3, so that's another thing I gotta pay attention to. In the center, yeah, he pushes up pretty aggressively. The center token cannot be raised, so you just want to kind of defend that one. Yeah, and defense 6, big shields to the front. Their nerve is pretty solid at a 16. I don't think they can get anything higher than 16. I don't think there's any rallying or anything like that. So yeah, and then I think he pops off some lightning bolts. Yeah, it does 4 wounds to my Silver Breeze Cav, Stormwind Cav, my knights. And gives them weakness. So it's like, okay, well, now they have 4 wounds on them. They're only a 17. So, 16. Sorry, they're a 16. So yeah, they're starting to take damage from the lightning bolt already, and they have a weakness, so it's like not a great prospect. Does 1 wound over here, does weakness these guys. I mean, if there was any other deterrent for me to go in there, that just puts it over. I mean, if I was like on the fence of whether I'm going to just charge those guys out, like the weakness, I mean, 1 wound is fine. I'm okay with that. But yeah. And the other thing with Twilight Kin is when they cast weakness, the crones, they actually get to do damage too on the successes. So we turn to my turn 1. This is after combat. This is after combat. So yeah, I decide to. How did this go down? Okay, so the Dracon Rider isn't there. He's actually in our base. Let me see if this next picture clears it up. No. All right, so not much, not much happened my turn. And you can tell I'm like really trying to get out of here, so I didn't even take too many pictures. I actually did take kind of a decent amount of pictures once I settled in. So what happened here was I was like, all right, the last turn or the last round I wasn't very aggressive, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to be aggressive. I want to get this game over with. I want to get home. This big snowstorm's coming, so I was like, all right, these guys already have 4 wounds on them. I'm like, even with the weakness, let's just see what they do. Like, I'll slam into the front. I'll send my Dracon Lord in with them. That, I mean, they're gonna get flanked. Like, I don't know. I was throwing caution to the wind, But as you can see, against defense 5 with weakness, so I pop Jesse boots, so I'm hitting on threes with elite. I have crush 2, so it's threes and fours. I throw this guy in who's also on threes and fours, so 18 plus 5 attacks, so I'm 23 attacks, and I actually do enough to pop him. I'm not sure what I needed on a nerve roll. It might have been like a 9 twice. I don't know, but yeah. So I actually pop him, and I'm like, wow, that was not that was not planned. So um, I think the way it lined up, and it's tough to tell. I think if I if I stick, these guys can actually make it around into the flank. I think that's why I worked it out. Like, yeah, they're gonna have to flank the Dracon, but one more round if they survive, I'll pop those Impalers. Or I also brought up my Palace Guard that their front arc would see the Impalers, so that if something goes bad, I could commit these guys this direction now. That was kind of the plan. Like, I get that I'm saying like I just kind of like threw caution to the wind. There was some play there where I I thought out like, okay, even if they don't pop, I'm not in a horrible position. Eh, Also, I don't even know if these guys could make it around the flank without these guys like actually backing up. Which I mean that could definitely have happened. And then those guys are decent. I think those are the Fleet Wardens. So they'd have 30 attacks on fours, crush one with elite, and then a drain life. Like yeah, they probably would do enough to the Cav, especially with 4 wounds on them. So yeah, we go over to his turn 2, and this is an overview of the table. This kind of helps gives you an idea of where my movement was. Oh, actually, I believe in shooting on my turn, this unit got wavered, so that made this whole thing like even better. I thought maybe I could get close to a waiver value on those guys. They are the Fleet Wardens. I mean, they're nerve 16. You gotta roll the dice. You know what I mean? You have 25 shots on fours with elite. You have a blizzard going off with elite. She doesn't have to move. Or did she have to move? She might have. Yeah, she probably had to move. But you know, it looks like I came over and also tossed lightning bolt. So yeah, I mean this actually now that I replayed it in my head, I'm like, wow, that actually that was pretty solid. Like, and I'm saying it more so in the term of if the Impaler stick. Like, there's not a whole lot to actually threaten them. I mean, yes, there's a lot of drain life and things like that, but and then my counter, my second wave with the Palace Guard, would probably help a lot. So over here, and I'm kind of playing my turn, showing you what I did on my turn, even though this is his turn too. I had taken the critters up, and these guys are just going to protect this token for now and see what his Gordrake does. But this was actually bad positioning. I was thinking he was just going to come in here, and then I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to take this one. I'm going to burn this one. And instead, it's like I set him up to just come this way with the Gordrake. Not great. Not the greatest play. So on his turn, let me see what kind of stuff goes on. Yeah, and that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. So he comes in here into the critters, and then he puts a Gordrake on the flank. This is a absolute terrible, terrible mistake that I made because that just puts these Palace Guard in a really tough place, right? Like if they go up, I can't take a rear from a Gordrake. I'm not even excited about taking a flank. Like they can survive a flank, but yeah, it's not great. So what he does on his turn, he backs this unit up that was wavered and puts his Mind Screech up in behind here to get some drain life. The Impalers are going in against my Dracon Lord, who's probably not long for this world. So that's what's going on that flank. And on this flank, man, I just feel so rusty at this game when I review when I review some of this and learning fourth edition stuff. So yeah, it's positioning like this, just forcing the issue on this side. This, I think these are the drain life on these guys, and they're wavered. Yeah, drain life there, wavers those guys, and actually um, pops my Dracon Rider. Now here's the good thing. I do have a command that gives me Inspiring or Headstrong. So if I can pop off the Headstrong, are Headstrong units No, they're not disordered, right? Yeah, yeah. There's no disorder anymore. So they'll have their Thunder 3. So I get another round. If I can get this headstrong, I get another round of maybe he weakness. Yeah, he weakness. So threes and fours against Impalas. Roll it in my 6-4 Impalas. That's it. They're Impalas for the rest of the game. Uh, yeah. So all I gotta do is get the command off and pass headstrong. Now I'm down one commander because the Dracon rider died. So on my turn two, get my arrow off the screen. So yep, he did 4 wounds here. I don't know. They just go back in, I guess. Or he killed them. Oh, I tried to withdraw them, and I rolled over their nerve and killed them myself. So dumb. I had to roll. They're nerve 11. I had what 4 wounds on them. Let's go back here. 4 wounds, 11. I had to roll a 7 or under, and I failed. So that puts these guys in a tough spot. They're like, okay, well, I guess we're just gonna dance around. I can't just run up here to burn that one to raise it. Is now turn two. Um, yeah, that's not fun. Uh, so yeah, these guys are just kind of doing the dance. Not great. Uh, so yeah, I get headstrong on him, and then I failed it. And you can't like cast it on him, do headstrong, cast the order again, do headstrong. I failed it. Uh, yeah, I mean headstrong's a coin flip, but it could have been really nice. So what do I decide to do? Knowing that I can lock this unit down, I have to endure some drain lives. So I take both of these guys into the flank. I mean, they are defense 4 in the flank, but these are going to be both hindered charges. I mean, yeah, I'm getting 12, 24, 48 attacks on fives with elite, on fours. I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm not a bit fan of these type of wound markers. Like, I like to be able to see. I have to keep constantly ask, which takes time, and I mean, I get it. It's a snazzy way of using it, but I like this. I like my opponent being able to see how many wounds and me see how many wounds. I hate to have to ask all the time. But yeah, I mean, teach your own. Over here, all right. So I get a little excited, and I decide to take the Dracon into the ensnaring unit. I think they had a better chance of popping the ensnaring unit, and then these guys go into the Phalanx unit, but they don't kill them. I think I got really close here, but I wasn't able to do it. Somebody has weakness. Something tells me these guys had weakness, but I'm not 100% sure. I see the marker over here, but I feel like it might have been the horde. At this point, I don't remember. These guys come up on the hill to. I need to start pushing this direction. I completely abandoned this one, which was not a great idea. Well, maybe I didn't. Can I see around there? No. So yeah, the good thing is these guys, I think, are in the front. I think they're in the front. And they're positioned this way because the Dracon horde was like this. So yeah, um, yeah, not bad. I would have liked to pop both those units. That would have been great. I think that would have changed the look of the game this early. So his turn three, I guess they they were in the flank. I think we might even dice this one. It was really close. Like we couldn't, neither one of us could tell. But he does go in, and look at that, snake eyes. I need a really cool like button to press when snake eyes. Yeah. So he snakes this unit. That's great. They weren't they weren't like devastated or anything, but a snake is a snake. Uh, this guy, the Soulbane, came into. He just had enough here to get into the Dracon, which it's unfortunate. If I pivot this guy just a little bit more, I don't know if I give the Soulbane flank, but that was a really, really tight one. So that's how it goes on that side. And this side, just so I'm so disgusted on this side. I'm gonna take a drink on that one. I'm so disgusted how I played this flank. As you can see, he's of course Jordan's a great player. I'm surprised that I'm playing him this low. round four this low in the tournament where we're both kind of like not having the best tournament because he's the type of player that you'll see on top tables. So anyway, also, he took these guys into here to hold these guys up. I was holding this down, so it looks like I put a mage there. These guys didn't have enough distance to charge it, and I would be contesting it anyway with unit strength 1 on both sides. My critter's back here, and he threw his mind screech into the flank of the cav, which, hey, they can swing. They do have, 5 attacks on 4s. No crush, but, 4s and 5s with 10 attacks. You don't need to do a lot of wounds here, and you probably have a drain life coming in. So that headstrong, oh, that broke my heart, man. That headstrong broke my heart. Another shot of the action, 2 wounds here. I guess this is after combat. Maybe not. Maybe it's just an extra picture. That's what the center looks like. Yeah, after combat, wow, a lot, took a lot. A lot died. So Glade Stalkers died. Yeah, it's probably expected. But this, yeah, that's. I mean, it's not unfortunate. It's not unlucky. I'm 16 nerve and I have 9 wounds on me already. Like, it's not going to take much to pop them. But I was really failing the headstrong was like, okay, they're gone. They could have helped me tremendously in the flank. So real quick, like think about how this goes. If I pass that headstrong, these guys are probably dead with everything that I threw at them. If I don't, if my Palace Guard kills that one unit on the left side, like that's all dead, and then I can deal with like this nonsense on the right. But instead, like it was a pretty big swing that turn. Yeah, pretty big swing that turn. So over here does some wounds. These guys are up to 8 wounds now. These guys are at 3 wounds from these guys did 3 wounds. It's pretty wild. These guys are at 9 wounds. I don't know. I feel like that's not. That's might be before combat. Maybe this is the next turn. I don't know. Let's see. My 3 kills there. Yeah, sorry, these pictures are going fast. So my turn 3. These guys actually end up killing the Soulbane. That was pretty cool. I took the critters in to kind of help get these guys away. I think this is after combat, and they don't, which is like, Jesus, come on, guys. They're just they're just some phantoms. They're only nerve 12, defense 4. Like, let's get them off. Over here, I think I take most of my. I didn't think I no. I split my attacks. I think I did 10 to the front, 15 to the flank. I wasn't able to remove this unit. I came pretty close actually. This was like the Palace Guard, man. They're so good. So that's what this flank is looking like. Looks like his 4 on the other flank. It's just dancing. So I decide I'm like, well, I gotta face one of them, right? So I face the Gordrake. Gordrake comes in. These guys come into the flank. All right. So Phantom's in the flank, right? 12 attacks. So they're gonna have 36 attacks on 4s. And 5s. I think he doesn't have a Bane chant. So 4s and 5s on 36 attacks. Takes it to 18. And then a third of 18. So like 6 wounds from those guys. And then the Gordrake to the front. 7 attacks. Crush 2 on 3s. So that's 3s and 3s with 7 attacks. Like, these guys should stick. They should be able to handle that. And then the Impalas, they go after these dudes. And I don't know what that means. I might. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that marker. Oh, that's their inspiring. Give them inspiring. So yep, he's bringing the mind screeches over to support, drain life just in case. Now he's taking this one over this way to make sure that he's doing his thing. And he has a weakness crone guy that's going to be able to lock down an objective. Little individuals. When I first looked at the rules for 4th, I'm like, man, individuals really kind of took a hit here. They ended up being much more expensive, but the fact that they score now, like they score, they get the free pivot. So if it's a loot thing, they can pick up loot markers. Like, little individuals, I think, might have been one of the things that I really made a mistake on. Like, I was thinking that they might not be that great because they're so expensive, but I'm starting to learn, I especially learned in this tournament, like, they're pretty good, man. The fact that they can hold down objectives, like late game stuff, it's not great to go after them because, they can walk away kind of easy. I don't know. Interesting stuff. Over here, I think he ends up killing this unit. But yeah, oh, look at the wounds he did, dude. So I didn't have a way to get them inspiring. I think that was a big problem. 12, 17 wounds from those dudes. 17 wounds. And there are 25, so he only needed a 7, I think, once, and he got it. Oh, what a misplay on this flank. So bad. So bad. So bad. So he's going to be able to burn this one. That's going to get him 1 VP right there. And I keep showing this, but these guys kill off the critters. And yeah, my dudes are there. So my 4, now what? So yeah, my palace guard actually ended up killing off the impalers, or not the impalers, void walkers. Yeah, the void walk. No, fleet wardens. And they have 14 wounds on them, so they face this direction. They were able to get close enough to token, so that's 1 VP for me. Right now it's 1-1. Not bad. These guys go back into the phantoms, and these bros fly over. I mean, they're securing this objective right now, but they really need to like get in a fight over here. So that's what that side's looking like. His 5, yeah, he's turning the face. Now he has the opportunity. He's going to be able to get this crone over here or these guys. So he's going to have another victory point there, another victory point there. It's going to be really tough for me to get over there. His impalas are going to lock down the center here. He puts them toes in the woods so that I can, if I just fly these guys straight in, they're going to be hindered. But we do have little tricks where I can set this woman right there, or my mage right there, and then that way that shifts this hole down, and then that won't be hindered anymore. If you're new to the game, this is a very, very good, and I think I do this on the next turn, but this is a very good point. So when you have individuals like this, if you set them in a situation, you don't have to be an inch away anymore. So when these guys reach their final position, they are not hindered because they're not touching the woods. So that little trick for you, which can change games. My 5, that's exactly what I do. And I push these guys up. Now they can lock this one down for 1 VP if I need to. And so, yeah. I know these guys have some wounds on them. I'm hoping that even with the weakness that he was able to cast on those guys, they are up to 8 wounds. They're only a 17, so they're starting to get a little scary. Hopefully they can pop those guys. And so I'm at 2 unit strength here. Mind Screeches are also 2. This I feel like is a miss in the game too. Like this big horde that cost me 265 points is only 2 unit strength, and then Mind Screech for 160 is also 2, or even worse, like your cheapest Warlord that might be 145 is also unit strength 2. I'm not sold on it. I'm just saying, not sold on it. Back here, I think my Palace Guard. I think he might have killed them. I think they might have killed him. So his 6 upside down. Yep, he gets his guy over here. I don't know what happened to these guys. I think I might have been shooting at these dudes, maybe, or doing wounds here. I'm not sure. So yeah, I don't kill. I don't kill the Impalas. They swing back, kill my Drakes, my Dracon. So that's not fun. I'm really trying to get this one. Yeah, I burned 1. He burned 1. He's gonna have 3, 4 in the middle, and it's trouble time. Yeah, that's pretty much how the game ends. We rolled for a turn 7. We don't get it. Can I do anything if there is a turn 7? Right now, I would have to knock this guy off the token. So I'd have to take my Alchemist Curse and my Blizzard, kill them, charge these guys in, kill I can't. Well, all right. So here's how it would have to go. I would have to move her and make sure that the unit strength was there. I could move her, make sure the unit strength is there. Maybe not because she's on foot, so only 6 inches. Don't need the unit strength anyway. I would have to kill here, and then this would be just a lost objective. These guys would have to come in, kill their 2 plus 1 from the mage to his 2. I take that one. Move these guys up, take that objective. So that would, I think, be a draw, right? Because he has 1 victory point here. I have 1 there. He's going to get 1 there, and I would get 1, 1. I feel like he burned another one. 1, 2. He must have burned another one. I don't know. I don't know. If I turn 7, maybe I draw, maybe I win. But anyway, it was a great game. Jordan was a blast to play against. This is our second GT in a row where we got to play each other. The last GT in third, we were a little higher tables, but we still had a really good time. And he's a great sport and an absolutely great player. So that was it. I went 1-3, man. I feel like it was sloppy play. It was sloppy play. I like the list. I have some ideas, and I'm gonna talk about my thoughts on tournaments and thoughts on elves in another video where we're just gonna kind of have some fun and talk about it. But after it was all over, I did take some hardware home. I got second best painted, which I love. I love the Northeast scene because they really do love the hobby, and sportsmanship is such a big thing also. And I was so happy that I got third best opponent because, like, going into the Northeast, like the Mid Atlantic, we're kind of known to be like super competitive. Not, I mean, as competitive some of the other regions. But the North Atlantic guys always, or the Northeast guys always kind of talk shit on us because, I mean, I'm not going to lie, Mid Atlantic has put some strange armies on the table that were like not very pretty looking. But to go into a Northeast tournament, I love those guys, and to be able to know that they enjoyed playing against me and they love the look of my army, that means a lot to me. I love taking home some hardware, be it be it because I played great or just because my army was looking good and I was a nice guy. Yeah, I mean, it was a great tournament. Every one of my opponents I had an absolute blast with. So that is it. That's the wrap up for the Dead of Winter GT. We got home around 2 a.m. and the snow started falling at 6 a.m. So I was happy we got home on time. I was sad that it was only one day because I do enjoy spending time there up in New York. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all the comments that you guys have given me and the love you just make me want to keep making these battle reports, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. So we'll catch you on the next one.